Hi guys, this video is on Genesis chapter 1. We're going to get straight into it. So, starting from verse 1, chapter 1, Genesis. In the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seeds, and the tree yielding fruit after his kind, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And God said, "Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven." And God created great whales, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth." And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind." And it was so. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth." And God said, "Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat, and it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day. Alright, that was Genesis chapter 1. I'm going to start reading some notes I made right before reading this. So, one thing before I get to that, I just want to touch on the fact that it says, and God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle. So in that verse, I don't know why, but as I was reading, I was my mind sort of focused on the fact that instead of saying let him have dominion, it said let them. So maybe it's to do with the fact that humans work well in numbers and groups, not in isolation. I don't know. I was just something I was thinking about as I was reading it. But let me get to the notes. So the first thing, the idea of a firmament is introduced. So it says in verse 7, and God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. So this firmament God called heaven. Interesting. Verse 14 seems to convey the firmament as being a constituent part of heaven, containing lights, and I quote, to divide the day from the night, and makes it clear that they should be used for signs, seasons, days, and years. So, yeah, this firmament idea, I would like you guys to discuss in the comments. I'll keep going, but it's interesting. This verse 20 is something I really wasn't too sure about. So, verse 20 then appears to illustrate the sky as we know it, being the domain of the birds or fowl, and refers to this as the open firmament of heaven. I'm not sure I understand this. Please discuss your thoughts, is what I wrote down. So I don't quite get that when it's saying, so basically the sky as we know it, when we look up and we look at the sky that the birds fly in, that is the open firmament of heaven. So we're looking at the firmament, or we're looking at a constituent part of heaven. I'm not entirely sure, but it seems to convey this idea. It's interesting. I would like to hear what other people think about that. Now, verse 26 states that man is made in the image of God. So I'm just going to read again to reiterate. And I quote, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. So this is my note. God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Oh, sorry. No, this is verse 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. Lastly, so this was verse 29. Lastly, I noticed that verse 29 appears to state that fruit containing fruit tree seeds are food for man. And I'm not too sure whether this verse confirms also that every herb which bears seed is also food for man. But that, I think that might be up for discussion as well. But I might quickly read that verse. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed. So he's given us that, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat. So I'm not too sure if that means the whole verse. It's a semicolon. What do you guys think? It might just be the referring to the fruit part or the whole verse. But anyways, that's where I got to. I'm going to leave it there. Just a short